I feel like a common assumption that some GMs make when it comes to running their games is that they have to do it all. And I think sometimes this mindset comes from maybe a little bit of a control complex, and other times the game master just assumes that their players expect them to run and be in charge of literally every little aspect of the game, even as far down as knowing what some character abilities and spells do and being in charge of making sure those happen. It doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way, and the game master can actually delegate certain responsibilities to players in order to take a bit of a load off. So if you're a game master or dungeon master who's been overwhelmed with your responsibilities lately, give a few of these things to your players to be in charge of so that you can focus more time on things that are a little more important for you to run as the game master. If you are using some kind of turn order, like initiative in 5e combat, then it's a really good idea to give that list to one of your players. They'll be in charge of collecting who is going when and making sure that everybody is taking their turns in the order that is on that list. As the DM, you have NPCs to control, you have a plot to figure out, and a player who's just in charge of their one character can handle a list from time to time, especially if it's just during combat. Now, unless you're playing with a table of all new players, then there will be someone else at the table who knows enough of the rules to answer any questions about the rules and game mechanics. If they don't know the answer to a question, they will also be in charge of researching the answer to that question, either online or using one of the source books you have at the table. Now, keep in mind this is different from interpreting rules and game mechanics and how they translate into gameplay. That responsibility is solely on the game master, as it is kind of their entire role in the game. So assign a party scribe. This player is responsible for recording everything that happens each session, major plot points they hit, NPCs they talk to, side quests that are finished or started, and of course it'd be really good to include how much experience and loot the players receive for each session. This assignment involves the battle map, and the player in charge of it will be responsible for switching out the battle maps, making marks on the map, erasing marks on the map, and even moving monster tokens around if that is something you want them to do. Now, players usually already move their own character tokens around. I know mine at my table do, so that's not something they would be in charge of, but everything else regarding the map and keeping it clear and keeping it nice and fun for everyone to look at will be their job. Game masters have enough on their plate preparing for sessions, and so it might be a really good idea to assign one of your players the responsibility of figuring out when and where the next session is going to take place. And my only recommendation for this is that you pick a player who is really good at communication and is persistent with their text messages. If you are overwhelmed, try a few of these ideas. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more D&D and tabletop role-playing content.